Hey guys, it's Carolina Romaniuk, your child and family sleep specialist. We're going to live on this broadcast. Hold on, I just want to move this. Hope I don't break anything. If you're listening in the background, I'm having playing right now. It's this really relaxing meditation music. Okay, cool. Connection is continuing. Just trying to stand. Okay, we're good. Hi, Angelica. Thank you for joining. So let me just turn this off. Okay, so tonight we're going to be having a very relaxed kind of a chat. I don't know, I hope you can hear the music that I have in the background. It's, what's it called? 3 hours pure, clean, positive energy vibration. It's meditation music. So let me know if you could hear it. If not, I'll make it a little bit louder. But I find it really calming, and especially it being 10 o'clock at night, we want to, start our bedtime very relaxed, kind of go away from the energy that we had, during the day, and just to kind of go through gratitude and also just, chill out, go into Zen. So I thought it would be kind of something nice to, and a little different to add on tonight on having a little meditation tape. So I did mention earlier that I am putting a meditation for you guys together that will help you as the parents to fall asleep and to kind of let go of the stress that you had during the day. I hopefully will be done with that by tomorrow. I'm actually writing it myself. So listening to this music right now, it's going to be a little indication of what it's going to be. Yeah, Jane, you can totally have your little ones listening to something like this right before nighttime. They do have lots of meditations for kids. They have yoga for kids if your children are old enough. It does help. It's very, it's relaxing and serene. I do recommend pieces like this to do during bedtime routines. It helps to calm down, what's going on here? It helps to calm down a little one to go to sleep. And, there's also a company called Go Zen, Zen, which helps children that might have a little bit of anxiety or they're stressed, they're a little bit older. You can check that out. It's called Go, G-O, Zen, Z-E-N, and they have an entire program on what to do with children that might be having a little bit of anxiety and you want to give them an extra step in how to help them. Is it something yeah, I YouTube this. I just type in meditation for relaxation and it gives you lots of different sounds. I don't do music for sleeping or anything like that. I just find that annoying because they have birds chirping and then all of a sudden you hear dun 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 like the piano. So to me that's kind of irritating. So I just type in on this, it's meditation for, this one is 3 hours pure, clean, positive energy vibration meditation music. That's the whole title for it. So maybe I can send you guys the link to this afterwards, to this one that you're listening to right now. But it's nice, right? I think it's very relaxing. It's chilled out. I actually did this at one of my events, and I did a meditation with the parents, and it went really well. They fell asleep, they woke up, they felt rejuvenated. So doing meditation for yourself does help a lot. Thanks for liking, guys. So tonight we're going to be talking about 4 common sleep sabotages. Now before we begin, oh, did it stop? Okay. So before we begin, I wanted to ask you to tell me something in the comments below on actually what are the names of your children, because I'm getting lots of regulars and I don't even know most of your kids' names. Let me know what their names are and how did you arrive at picking their names. And that is always a fascinating story for me when I hear from my parents on how their little ones' names were derived. Like, why did you come up with your children's names? So if you want to put that in the comments below, that would be awesome for us to have a kind of like a conversation like that, to get a chance to know each other a little bit better. So my kids, my oldest is Ari, and my youngest is Aaron. And Ari, we actually got that name from, if you remember, it was a couple of years ago, there was a show. It was called, yeah, knowing that I'm starting out with, I got my son's name from a show, should really tell you a lot about that already. But there was a show called Entourage, and me and my husband, my husband's name is Andre, so I knew that I wanted to keep my men, you know, with the letter A. So that was very important to me. So I started, you know, Googling, searching all the names for boys, and I wasn't that thrilled with them. You know, for girls, they have such beautiful names. Yeah, Jane, Ava is a beautiful name, and that was one of them if we were going to have a girl, but we were having a boy. So we were just, you know, going through everything. I liked something, my husband didn't like it, and then vice versa. So we ended up choosing Ari because of the meaning of it. It means lion, it means strength. And I just fell in love with that. And then when we had our second one, I knew that I wanted there to be a linkage between our first son and our second son, since they're brothers. So the name Aaron is actually a derivative of Ari. It means brother. It's a family unit of that. So I just fell in love with it, and I just love the name also. So that's how we came about the story of choosing our little boys, their names, Ari and Aaron. So Angelica, your son's name is Jake. Let me know how you got that one. You said just one that my hubby and I could agree on. So then that's great, as long as both of you can agree on the name. What else? Jane says Ava wanted a classic name and just love it, would not know what other name to choose for a girl. Ava is beautiful, and so is Jake. They have, you know, I've noticed that for girls, they have so many other gorgeous names and meanings, like Sophia. What else did I fall in love with? Emily, I fell in love with also. Aria, I fell in love with. So I told my husband, because we have Ari and Aaron, and if we do have a girl, which I'm not pregnant, but if in the future we decide to have another child, I told him I want to name her Aria, and then he looked at me like I had 10 heads. Obviously, we're not going to do that, because that'll be a little awkward, having Ari, Aria, and Aaron. That's like a tongue-tie twister. So, yeah, but, oi, sorry, my phone just fell. Elena, your son's name is Ari too. Aww. So yay, we're getting some little twins here. Beautiful. Okay, so at least now we're getting, let me get this situated straight. So, oh, Megan, that's beautiful. Hayden and Hazel, I love those names. They're so gentle, but they mean a lot. And you name them after your grandmother. That's gorgeous. So, oh, your best friend named after Aria. That's great, Jane. Okay, so I guess we're all on the same, you know, topic of it, and we all like certain letters that we wanted to start with. So that's beautiful. So we're off on a right start for tonight's video. So I'm gonna make this a little bit louder. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna plug my phone in because I don't want it to die. I was on a call earlier, and okay. So now we're good to go. So I'm just gonna hold this upright. Now we're gonna get into the topic of tonight's conversation. So what we're gonna be talking about is the 4 common sleep sabotages and how to avoid them. So, Angelica, you have a girl's name all set for you? Okay, keep it. Shh. Don't tell anyone so no one else takes it, okay? So the first, there are 4 sabotages that I kind of put together that are very common that I get. They are poop sabotaging, pee-pee sabotage, curtain calls. I'll explain what the curtain calls are, and siblings sharing a room. So those are the 4 sleep sabotages that I receive from parents that tell me that this is why their child probably woke up in the middle of the night, or they're having trouble sleeping, or anything else like that. So the first one is the poop sabotage. Now, that can fall into play with them also being a little bit constipated. Isn't it interesting that once you become a parent, the topic of conversations that you talk about, like poop, I'm actually talking about that on a live video right now. So what you would want to do is, of course, make sure that if, you know, they are constipated, to help them along with that way, you can ask your pediatrician. There's food, you know, like prune juice, cranberry juice, that helps that too. Watching what kind of diet that they have, soups. If they are not taking solids, you want to check the formula that they're having, that it doesn't have too much iron in it, that it's, you know, really, you know, creating the constipation for them. Or if you're breastfeeding, making sure that the nutritional intake that you're taking is also not creating that factor that they are constipated from that as well. But if you do have a poop sabotager and all of those other factors are put out of play, that what you would want to do is put on a thick Megan, you're hilarious, that you want to put on a thick layer, like cake frosting layer of thickness on the tushy. And what I have found is, hold on, let me take this off because this is really annoying me. Okay, because the camera keeps shaking. So what you want to do is, the reason why you want to put on a thick layer of like cake frosting, thickness of tushy barrier cream, so it could be like A&D, butt paste, anything that you guys use, is because what I have noticed when my little ones start to wake up is because they wake up from the touch from their tushy with the poopy and the diaper. It's not necessarily if during the process when it's coming out that they wake up, it's specifically when it's touching against their bare skin. So if you have a barrier cream, it builds like a wall, so their skin doesn't touch that, and then they can sleep through the rest of the night. So make sure that you put a lot, I mean like a glob, like don't go cheap on me, really just like stick your hand in the butt paste or the A&D or whatever you're using and just slather it on there and give it a nice wall, thick layer right before they go to sleep. So that should help with the poop sabotaging, because there's usually 1 or 2, like I mentioned, either they're constipated or there's not enough barrier cream when their tushy is touching the poopy. So you don't want that to happen. The second factor of the sleep sabotage is peeing a lot, and it going through the diaper or anything else like that. So there's a couple of things that you can do. One is make sure that the temperature in the room is not too cold, because if it is, children do urinate more, and then that overflows the diaper. So you want to make sure that you are kind of keeping the temperature between 68 to 72 degrees. If you notice that your little one sleeps a little bit better when it's warmer, go ahead and do that. But of course, you want to make sure that they're not going to be overheated. So temperature is a huge factor in if you have a significantly wet diaper and then they wake up from that because everything else is wet. The other piece that you can do is get a diaper that's a size larger. So sometimes I have families that double the diapers, so they have their regular one and then they put over it a size that's larger, because sometimes if you put a larger one on and you don't have a smaller one underneath, the urine can just go in through the holes. It can come out and then everything else is wet. So you can do those 2 factors. Is you can try and put on the regular diaper and then put another one over it, or you could just get a regular large diaper, and also check the temperature in the room as well. The third piece is called curtain calls. So you've probably experienced that. That's for toddlers when they can start talking. So, and that's usually when they're in their own big bed. Also, yeah, Megan, that's exactly what I said. So if it's cooler, the cool air makes the pee diaper get cold and then make them even colder, which makes them wake up. Yes, exactly. So the third part is curtain calls, and that's for an example, when your toddler can start talking, where they start asking you questions like, mommy, I want another book, mommy, I want water, mommy, I want a teddy bear, no, I don't want that teddy bear, I want the one you gave me last week, I have to go to the bathroom. They start telling you like 50 million things that they want right before bedtime. Those are called curtain calls, and they could sabotage sleep. So what you want to do is you want to limit it to one specific factor. So if you're reading a book, you're going to tell them, Susie, I'm going to read you one book and then we're going to go to bed. Susie, we're going to go to the bathroom one time right before we go to bed. Susie, we're going to have one glass of water and then we're going to go to bed. Tell them, you know, within a sequence of how many they're going to receive. So then after that, after you give them one, they probably will tell you, no, I want another one. But you tell them, no, I told you that we're only going to have one. Let them know the process of sleep. Stay consistent with it. Tell them what is going to happen, that they kind of know the story, and you have a routine set in place. So that does help significantly on that part. And then the fourth part is siblings sharing a room. So what I would do with this is specifically if you're sleep training. Now, sometimes what I have done in the past, and it has helped significantly, is you would split them up. So if you're having an infant, or if you're having a toddler and then you have an older child that's sleeping separate in, let's say, a bigger bed, and then you have one that's in a crib, and your sleep training is you can have the older one maybe stay in your room for a little while, and or split them up into separate rooms of some sort. Also, you want to have a family meeting to speak to the older child on what is happening. You want them to be part of the process of the sleep training. You don't want to keep it isolated. So the job function can be helping with bath time. It can be maybe reading them a book. It could maybe have them put together, depending on like how old they are, you know, like a little dinner or something like that. So have them be part of the process. And that's usually what you would want to do with siblings if they are kind of keeping each other up. If they are older, and let's say they're both, you know, toddlers, or one is like 9 and the other one is 6, and they're keeping each other up, that's something completely different. So that's more of the behavioral features, and then you would want to go a little more into detail in why they're waking each other up. So that could just be siblings being siblings there. But this was specifically targeted towards if you have a little one and you're starting sleep training, and then you have an older child and they're in the same room, so you would kind of want to isolate them until the little one is sleeping beautifully at night, and then you can put them back into the same room together. So Victoria asks, your 2-year-old yells out, I'm hungry, go cook, mom. That's hilarious. So does she do that in the middle of the night also? That's kind of funny. Okay, so those are the 4 tips that I had for you today that I wanted to talk about. Now, don't forget about this Sunday for our event that's going to be at Keels in Brooklyn Heights. Make sure that you guys can RSVP so we have enough gifts to go around. I'm going to be doing a talk there on how to raise a happy and healthy sleeper, and also you're going to be getting mini facials from everyone that's there, from the consultants that are at Keels, and they're going to be giving away lovely goodie bags. Megan says, back to the poop one, what about shifting their poop schedule? What are your thoughts on that? It depends on how frequent they are pooping. If it's on a consistent basis and they are waking up from that, then yeah, you can start talking about when their feeding is, and making sure that when their digestive system goes through the process of digesting all the food, that's when they poop. So if there is a schedule according to that, then you would want to shift the feeding, because sometimes when you feed a child closer towards their nap time or bedtime, that can help with the pooping, that can affect the pooping too. So you would want to kind of shift that on their eating schedule to eliminate that factor. So Jane, awesome, you'll RSVP tomorrow. They'll be waiting for you, and tell them that I sent you so they can keep track of everyone that is signing up. And so far we have a really nice crowd that is going to show up. And if you have any like parking questions or anything like that, you can ask them. They have garages that are around, but it is a weekend, so I know that parking there is a little bit cumbersome on the streets, but you know, doesn't hurt to ask. So does anyone have any other questions? Yeah, Mama needs a break. So Jane, I'll be really excited to see you, to meet everyone that's on here that are my regulars. So it's gonna be an awesome event, bright early in the morning. So do we have any other questions? I'm really loving this meditation music that I have. Really cool. And I'm excited to, I think I'm going to finish the meditation that I have for you guys that I'm writing tonight. I'm gonna finish it by tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow night when I do the video that I'll have it for you. Do you have a different email address, the one the flyer bounced back? No, hon, I don't. But if you are seeing that you're having a problem, I'm actually surprised because I think you're the only one that mentioned that, because no one else had a problem with it. But give them a call and they'll just write you down in their book. So they're accepting phone calls as well. Hi Clara, thanks for joining. They are accepting phone calls as well, and emails, but I'll double check with their email tomorrow. Yeah, so thanks for letting me know on that, Megan. So anyone that is signing on tonight right now, we just went through the 4 common sleep sabotages, and if you're just signing on, make sure to watch the replay of this video. And in the background, if you hear that, it's a really wonderful meditation that I found. Just the music alone, it's really relaxing, so I kind of wanted to have that on in the background tonight. So that's all that I have for you ladies this evening. For what you said, yeah, okay, cool, Megan. So and for anyone that is watching the replay, thank you so much. It does mean a lot to me. Make sure that you share this video and that you like it, and then we can get more of your friends on, you know, colleagues, anyone else, mommy's groups or anything else like that, so we can get more people on watching the videos as well. And since you are my regulars, you know that every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 10 p.m. sharp, I am doing a live video on this page. So feel free to message your friends, hey, I'm about to go on, I'm going to be watching Achieve with Carolina live, and you know, wonder what tonight's topic is going to be. And if you have any specific topics that you do want me to answer, just feel free to private message me, or you could email me at itsme@achievewithcarolina.com. And I do have my calendar that is linked above, and you could share right below, right here. Okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow, and sweet dreams. Love you. Mwah. Bye.